Hey guys, what's up and welcome to my channel. So today we are talking about something that I'm very passionate about and I want to share with you guys. So today I wanted to talk about creating an at-home asana or yoga practice along with a meditation practice as well. So in a more broad way of putting that, creating yoga habits. That's what we are creating. That is what this topic is about, and I am excited to share these things with you. So I have quite a few things that have worked for me in the past, and I'm not going to say that I'm perfect because I'm definitely not, but I do know that these things, when I do them, they help me feel so much better and they help me really grasp onto my personal at-home practice. So my first thing that I would say to you is determine what practice you're looking to have. That is what you need to look for. So if you've never done yoga before, or if you're not really, I guess if you haven't done meditation much, it's good to kind of look into these things online, try out videos maybe, or if you go to a specific yoga studio, take some of that knowledge from the yoga studio and bring it home with you. Even ask your instructors for some homework or things to practice on your own, because people, if you ask, they will tell you, they will help you out. If you don't ask, you're not going to know, and they might not know that you're more interested in learning at home as well. So that would be my first thing. Determine what yoga practice you are hoping to do. So for me personally, I practice a vinyasa home yoga practice. When I started doing yoga, I did it on my own, so this is why I'm very keen on at-home stuff. I started out doing yoga at home because I was nervous to go to classes. I didn't feel prepared. I felt like I didn't really know enough to go to classes. So what did I do? I pulled out my laptop, I looked on YouTube, I found videos online, I looked up stuff on the internet, just typed in yoga poses, or I typed in asking about meditation or breathing techniques, and I found lots and lots of details online that just made me feel a lot better when I was needing to learn more and I wanted to learn more. And it helped me a lot when I finally went to a studio. I had gone to studios in the past, but I always just felt like I'm the new person, I don't know what I'm doing. So by doing videos and listening to different meditations and things online, I was able to kind of control myself and feel a lot more at peace when I would go to an actual class, because I felt a little bit more prepared. So yes, determine what your home practice is going to look like. My next important topic is creating a at-home space. When I say creating an at-home space, you might be thinking, oh my gosh, I don't have a full room that I can make into a yoga space. You don't have to have a full room. All you have to have is enough room for your yoga mat or for a pillow to sit on to meditate with. I think there's a big misconception that you have to have a full area that is literally your yoga bubble, which yes, you want to have a yoga bubble, but you don't have to have a huge room. If you have time and a little bit of space at the end of your bed or right beside your bed by your nightstand, that can be your yoga space. It can be your determined spot for your mat, and that's okay. You can also have a yoga space as in picking a spot in your living room. A spot that houses your mat, houses your pillows, your blankets, your yoga blocks, whatever it is. It houses these things and it's cozy and comfortable for you. Like a carpet or string lights or candles, anything that makes you happy and brings you joy. That can be your yoga space. Journaling is really important for yoga. Whether it's before you go into a practice or after you go into a practice, setting intentions and knowing that maybe you have expectations for a practice and they might not go as planned, and that's okay. It's all about a journey and it's all about self-reflection, and that's really important. You need to invest your time. So if you're gonna really want to have a yoga or meditation practice, you need to set a set time in the day. Whether that is in the morning for you or in the evening for you, a chunk in the middle of the day, that's okay, as your lunch break. We have to set these times and make it a steady thing. So whether that means waking up a little bit earlier or going to bed a little bit later or a little bit earlier. Whatever it means to you, make that your time. 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 5 minutes, even 1 minute is better than nothing. But when we also talk about investing your time into your practice, that doesn't necessarily mean like your physical time itself. This is going to be kind of, it might seem a bit silly, but it's very important. So if you are really willing to do yoga, or if you are really willing to meditate, you're going to want to be comfortable and you're going to want to be happy and content with your surroundings, what you're using, how you feel, maybe it's your clothes that you're wearing, whatever it is. Invest in your practice. So for me, investing in my practice means that I buy a good mat that I know that I'm comfortable on, that I don't slide on, that doesn't hurt my knees, it's comfortable to use, it's easy to take places, whether it's doing a home practice or going to a studio class as well. So investing for me specifically is investing in material possessions such as yoga mat, a bolster, a blanket, and then also along those lines for me is a comfortable pair of pants. I really have a hard time being comfortable in doing yoga or meditating if my clothes don't fit well, or if they don't sit well, or if I just feel like constricted or tight or uncomfortable. So for me, I like to make sure that just things that I am using along with my practice coexist and they work well, they fit well, and they just make me feel comfortable and happy. I'm sure you guys all know with yoga classes, we always have that final relaxation time. We have, sometimes in the beginning of class, you might have a breathing time to do some sort of meditation, a breathing technique, or time to sit and think about whatever you're gonna do for your practice, or maybe your intentions that you're setting, or whatever it is, taking a moment for yourself to just be. When we are busy people, as we are, we can forget to relax, or we can kind of push it off to the side and be like, no, I don't have time for that today. And that seems like something easy to do because you're like, oh, we're just laying there, it's like not a big deal, it's just relaxation. Like, I already did my work, I did the sweating, so it's fine. Well, it's not fine. Your final relaxation is just as important or more important than the working portion, the physical activity portion. So, do not skip your shavasana. That's something that's very important. Do not skip the breathing portion. We need the balance of movement and stillness. And if we don't have that, it's hard to feel centered and it's hard to go about your day because we take what we learn on the mat and we take it into our regular everyday life. And what we learn on the mat is how to breathe. We learn how to move. We learn how to experience things and how to be okay and just be with ourselves. We need to have that so you can go about the rest of your day. Talking about creating a playlist. So I'm a big playlist person and I find that that I resonate with music a lot. So maybe you are big into music that is calming, but maybe you have a hard time finding that music that works well with your practice, or maybe you really enjoy music that is a little bit more like has more energy to it. We have to find this music that fits with our specific practice itself. Now, whether that means that you're into music that has mantras in it, which is great, if that's for you, that's wonderful. If not, if you don't like that sort of stuff, find what you resonate with. So, try out different playlists, go on Spotify if you have Spotify. There's plenty of yoga playlists, there's plenty of meditation playlists, there's plenty of just calming music playlists that really might be what you need. But if you do not have Spotify, you can always look on YouTube or on Amazon, and you can always type in like yoga music, and you might find an abundance of music that you can try and listen to and see if it works with your life. Because not every song people are going to be like, yes, I love that, that's totally me. But you might have a few specific songs that you're like, wow, I could totally use this daily in my practice. And then create your own practice that it works with. So take that time to make a playlist that you're gonna use daily or when you're doing a specific practice. Whether your practice is gonna be super hot and sweaty, you might have a playlist for that. You might also have a playlist for when you're doing more of a restorative thing, where you're a little bit more calm and just kind of getting down to the relaxation portion. And you might have different songs for different things, and that's completely okay. If you don't have a playlist or you don't know what to listen to, ask your instructors. If you go to a class or if you go to a studio, ask what they use. If you like the music that they use, ask around, because there's nothing wrong with finding out what you actually enjoy, because you don't want to go about life without enjoying something, so you might as well learn about it, figure it out, and then use it. If you are wanting to have a home yoga practice, meditation practice, it is very valuable to read. This means not just like reading a regular book. This means reading into something that you're intrigued by, something that interests you. So if you are intrigued by meditation, or if you are interested in different breath work, breathing techniques, look them up. Find a book, even if it's an audiobook, find something and listen to it, learn about it, experience it. Because if you're doing a home practice, you might feel like you don't know what to do. Maybe you don't know where to go. Maybe you've done everything that you know. Learn something new. There's nothing that's stopping you from learning. And learning is amazing. We all want to learn. So find a book, read about it, learn some new poses, learn about meditation, and you will flourish and thrive. So we think meditation is just this whole experience where you have to be sitting cross-legged, as I am, sitting here, closing my eyes, doing this, saying, like whatever it is. We all kind of have this preconceived idea that meditation has to be a specific way. But it doesn't. It doesn't have to be the typical meditation thing. Truthfully, we all meditate whether we know it or not. You might find that time in your day where you need to go outside and you just want to go for a walk. That can be considered your meditation. Meditation is different for everyone. Taking 5 minutes to sit and breathe, or even a minute to sit and breathe in and breathe out, and maybe hold your breath in a specific part of the body and then release it back out. Or do 3-part breath where you breathe in, pause, breathe in, pause, breathe in, pause, and then let all of that air back out. We all have these different breathing techniques that we can try. Maybe it's alternate nostril breathing. You might do that with your hands, but you might also do it just visualizing the breath going in your nose, up your nose, and out the opposite side of the nostril. We have these different things that we all can learn about, and we don't have to sit in a cross leg. You can sit on your couch, you can sit in bed, you can sit on your legs, like on your knees, you can sit on a blanket, on a pillow, you can sit or stand or even lay down. Nothing is telling you how to specifically meditate or breathe. You can even just go on a walk with your dog and breathe. So take a few minutes to check in with yourself, figure out where your breath is being held. Maybe it's super high in your chest, invite it down into your belly, and then encourage some bigger and fuller breaths to really bring some energy into the body. And maybe even calm yourself down. Let yoga and meditation do its thing. Sometimes it's easy to think, wow, I need to be perfect. I need to make my meditation and my yoga practice 100% all the time. It's always going to be really good. I want to enjoy myself every single time that I meditate. When in actuality, you might have times where you meditate and you get nothing from it. And this isn't just saying like meditation isn't good, because it is great. It's really good for you. And actually we learn from the times that we don't have a good time doing meditation. Sometimes you'll sit there and you'll be like, gosh, I don't want to meditate. I'm just not feeling it today. And in that case, like, try it anyways. Just do it. Just sit there and try to breathe, because if you're trying to breathe, you're gonna grow from that trial and error time. Because maybe you're trying to get into this meditative state and you're going in and out, and then your head, your thoughts are going to the side, and you keep trying to draw your thoughts back into the center. and you're learning. You're growing, you're learning, and then maybe the next time that you meditate, it'll be a lot easier. You never know. These things just kind of come and go, and it's something that we just have to continually work at. Now with yoga, don't force postures. If you're not getting a posture, there's probably a reason that you're not getting the posture. Maybe you're not flexible enough yet. Maybe it's just not time. Maybe you're not mentally prepared for a specific posture. Through yoga, you practice daily, you practice at home, maybe you go to classes. But if you continually practice, stretch, do the things that you know, try new postures, try new things. If you take that time daily to work on your practice, your physical practice, you will no doubt, in my mind, in your mind, you will no doubt grow. You will learn. You will not be forcing things. Things will just come. They will just show up when you're not expecting them. This is something that has definitely happened to me when I have forced things or I've tried things and I just get frustrated and I'm like, it's not happening. Well, as soon as you breathe and you don't think about it, that is the time where things actually occur and things will pop into your life. Maybe you hit that posture that you've been waiting and dying to have, and you finally have it, and you're like, oh my gosh, I finally got it. And it's so much more refreshing and exciting when you were not expecting it. And it's just along with awareness and mindfulness. If the body doesn't feel ready for something, don't force it. Just don't. Don't force it, because it's gonna force you to have a little bit of anxiety, or maybe you'll be like a little bit frustrated, and there's no need for that. Yoga is not for frustration. It's for helping you grow on your journey, and everyone's journey is different. So maybe you're not as great as the person next to you in your yoga class, or maybe you are not hitting every posture if you're doing a video at home, but that's okay. You will learn and you will grow and you will get better and better and better every single day through the journey of yoga and meditation and an at-home practice. Don't neglect these things because they are so beneficial. Okay, so my last bit of advice is to trust in the process. The reason I say process is because yoga is a practice that you have to continually do. Meditation is something that you have to continually practice. And through practicing, you will make progress. And through that, trust in it. Trust in it, because if you don't trust in the progress that might come, what are you looking forward to? Trust in the process. Trust in the time that you put in. Trust in the routines that you make. Trust in the time that you put in to sit and journal about intentions, or sit and think about what your practice was today. Maybe you had an experience in your practice that just was great. Write it down. Thank yourself for having a yoga space, making that time, making the time and the energy to buy maybe a mat that does you well. Make sure that you are trusting in all the things that you put in to make this a beautiful, beautiful at-home thing. Because when you have a beautiful at-home practice, you can take it with you wherever you go. And that is a wonderful, wonderful thing to cherish. So cherish it and enjoy it, and just let the journey be, because it is a journey and you can't force it. So just ride along and see where it takes you. This is kind of my little rule book for having an at-home asana or physical practice and learning to meditate on your own and in your own space. And I hope that it benefits you guys, and if it does, please hit that subscribe button, like it, and hit the notification bell to see more videos like this on your timeline. And I'll see you guys later.